MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Chicago Bears. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On first down, it's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he will have the Bears first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He juked him. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
On first down, George. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's caught by OBJ. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Wilson. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now a 7-0 game. kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
From the 50, here's Fields.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. And Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. And that's complete. Albert Okuegbuna. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. It's George, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Jets.
Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Play action. It's Fields.
That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Montgomery.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Flushed out right.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. from the shotgun. Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll air this one out for Mims. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second and 10.
45, 45, 45, come on, 45. Watch the pass, show it up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. The 40. The 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Eluding the pressure right, and he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll try the left side. It's George. Oh, he's got a little daylight, and he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Fields on 1st down. That's complete to Mooney.
Pushing his way through. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now it's Fields. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off at the 16. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now the try here for the point after. That's up and good. It's 22-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Fields.
That ball complete to Isabella. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A final shot before the break. Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them, because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
He's got this one completed to Mims.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This one caught by Isabella. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another 1st, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the 1st sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Fields on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
All right, keep me honest here, Brandon. So they decide not to run the football again. They had 2 shots to try and pick up the 1st down, probably fairly easily on the ground. Now it's 4th down.
And we'll see if those decisions come back to haunt them. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
44, Mike, 44. Come,
Here's Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw, Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, Why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He'll buy some time right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. To the air again, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Mike 51. I'm on.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity. Just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Watch tight end. Key to tight end. 3 down. 45. Mike.
Now it's Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. 64 weak. Box strike. 51, Mike. Hard. Watch the pass. Check. Lucky.
On 1st down, Wilson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's George. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Defense, let's go. Yes. Bravo. All day. 51.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Wilson. It's caught by OBJ. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Albert O, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Fields now to throw.
Able to find Isabella.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
That's complete. Okuebuna.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. We'll likely put an end to this thing. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On play action, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Fields.
Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Fields throwing again. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Fields. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Here's Wilson. Uncorks one for Davis.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One last shot for Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Chicago, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.